From the moment I first saw the instrument, there seemed to be a lot of mysteries around it, just by the different patterns you found on the instrument. The instrument was found in the 1970s in a monastery in northern Italy. You'll find that this instrument is in an extremely good condition. Part of the reason for that is that it was probably in one place for hundreds of years. The monastery had been bombed during the Second World War. Two of the buildings were destroyed by the Allies, and this little baby would have been in there at the time. I found myself extremely fortunate to be able to play one of those rare instruments. We think there's about 10 of them left in the world, probably less that are playable. The trees involved in the making of that instrument would have had to be several hundreds of years old. Height and width, it's a good 10 centimeters wider than your average instrument these days, and string length probably 3-4 centimeters longer. We don't exactly know why Gasparot's instruments tend to be so large, especially that by all accounts people are not so tall in those days. I wonder how they managed to get around the instrument. After taking possession of the instrument, I have been very intrigued to see where it has been and what its life had been like. There seemed to be a real aura about this instrument, not only because it's the largest one I've ever seen, the eldest I've ever seen, probably the most beautiful one as well, but there's something about its sound that just cuts through the orchestra, supports the orchestra, makes the whole stage vibrate along with it. And my colleague seems to miss it even more than I do when it's not on stage along with me. So the link within this program is that we know that Bottesini has played at the Salo. He said of that instrument it was the best instrument he has ever seen. He hadn't seen this one, so. They called Bottesini the Paganini of the double bass. Seemed to have quite a similar character to Paganini. He wrote his own works for himself, going around, touring, playing his own pieces, showing off his virtuosity on the instrument, just like Paganini. The first outing of this piece would have been for two double basses, probably in a very different format to what we know it. A student of Paganini took it upon himself to adapt one of the parts to the violin. It's just like a 15-minute long opera with duels between the two opponents, competing against each other and having moments of real brotherhood as well. Violin will be played by Stefan Jakib, which I look very much forward to sharing the stage with.